All right, we're going to have our final presenter, Head Coach Mike Moroski of the College of Idaho. He's entering year 11 in his tenure with the Yotes. According to my records, he has an overall record of 63-41, coming off a national semifinalist campaign, and just a tremendous season this last year. Appreciate you being patient, Coach, as our final presenter. I've been giving special recognition on academic achievement, and you had 27 young men in your program last year that were Frontier Conference academic all conference, and so I want to make special recognition of that and turn the time over to Head Coach Mike Moroski for his presentation.
Thanks, Scott. Can everybody hear me okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Thanks, and thanks for all your work for the conference and the expansion and all the different things that are going on. So we really appreciate what you're doing. Thanks to the officials, excited about those guys too, and appreciate their contribution to the conference. I got two young men. Hopefully you guys can pop on here and introduce yourselves right quick. Andy Peters and Jacob Arms. Can you guys just introduce yourself real quick?
I'm Andy, quarterback for the College of Idaho.
I'm Jacob. I play defensive back.
Thanks, guys. We'll be hearing from you later, but I want to say some good things about you first. But these guys are very, very representative of what we're all about at College of Idaho. I'm very proud to be the coach and in building the program and helping build the program. And these guys have been such a big part of things. Jacob Arms is a math physics major and has already been hired by the U.S. Navy to work on nuclear submarines. And I'm not joking. This guy's brilliant and a great leader on the team. Andy Peters returns for another year. Hopefully we'll get him back next year too, to have one of the longer careers in Frontier Conference history. But Andy's a great player, has played a couple full seasons now. And as somebody said earlier, every rep does make a difference, you know, in terms of experience. And Andy's a very bright student too. If he wants to be, maybe he'll be a CEO of a Fortune 500 company someday. How's that sound, Andy? Anyway, C of I is a fantastic place, and hats off to our president, Doug Brigham. He is a fantastic leader, and I might even write him in for the U.S. presidency this November. He just does a great job, is a good friend, helps us recruiting. Regan Rossi, also in athletic administration, vice president of athletics. She's just done a great job, from fundraising to helping us in every way. So I couldn't be in a better situation in terms of support. Our community is also off the charts, and everybody's always looking forward to football in Caldwell. We are excited about our first night games at Simplot Stadium, August 24th and August 31st. And so that's going to be fun. On the football side of things, you know, I think that the main thing that I'm concerned about is having a group of guys, coaches and players, who love to play football, who love to prepare, who love to learn, who are excited about what we got going, and know not only the stakes, but how important each of their roles are. And I think we have that. I think we've been fortunate with the group of guys we have. These two young guys have been so instrumental in that, but they're standing on people's shoulders, and it is exciting. And last year was very exciting too, getting to the national semifinals. Always a little disappointing at the end when you come up a touchdown or two short, but it was great experience to get and play those top flight programs. So I think what I want to say about that too, I have a new appreciation for the Frontier Conference as well, and just the diversity of opponents that we have in from spread teams and throwing teams and running quarterbacks, and probably going to add a triple option team or so this year. It's from top to bottom. There's great variety, power run teams to great throwing teams, and it really tests your preparation. I'm pleased with our defensive coordinator, Chris Jewell, has been with me for 10 seasons. Our offensive coordinator, Brian Taylor, this will be his 5th season as the offensive coordinator, and they do a great job. We talk about this all the time. Are we flexible enough to handle everything we're going to see in the Frontier Conference? And it's just very, very difficult and a great, great challenge. So we try to appreciate that each and every day. My number one thing for our team is that we would be more disciplined. I don't think there's such a thing as playing fast or playing free without being maximally disciplined. And with great discipline comes that freedom, comes the passion, and comes the precision. And I'm not sure I've mastered how to do that yet, but that's my challenge. That's where we're at as a staff. That's where we're at as a team. We're interested in being more and more disciplined for the season. We do have great leaders, and I want to highlight a couple of those. On defense, we're missing one key guy for sure. We that's college football. You lose guys. You gain some, and you lose some key guys that have been with you for a long time. Chip Mitchell played corner for us last year and just did some great job, and was a great leader and really helped us. And we lost him to graduation. But coming back is Jacob Arms, as I mentioned, who's played all over the secondary and will continue to do that, knows every position, and again, is a very, very studious in his approach, and is a very, very good football player. Willie Nelson returns, and he also great leader and a great player, and spent all off season trying to make himself better. And I think that he's not a talkative guy, but that rubs off on the rest of the team. Tanner Sackman is back for his 5th year, and he looks better than ever. Tanner Steele returns, and then Chase Brown, I think, was one of the best players in the country at the end of the season last year. Makes a lot of tackles, made a lot of plays, had a key pick 6 in our quarterfinal win over Grandview. I hope that we can also be as many as 8 deep on the defensive line. Hopefully we can platoon and play faster and better and be more diverse up front. Offensively, having your quarterback back is a big time luxury. And Andy is not only a great player at quarterback, not only does he want to learn, but if you ask our strength and conditioning coach about who leads the team in the weight room, it's really Andy and our backup quarterback, Caden Young. And I can tell you for sure, when I was a quarterback on the team, I was not leading the charge in the weight room, but these guys do. They set the tone. They work harder than anybody, and it shows. Their physicality is unbelievable. And so I think the improvement that Andy's made and the impact on the team is still yet to be seen how great that can be. Our starting left tackle will be Brett Gittison, a 4-year starter, most of the time at right tackle. We're always excited at Brett. Also great enthusiasm. Another one of those guys that loves to play, has a tremendous amount of fun, but also has a great knowledge of what we're trying to do offensively. Our receivers, John Krebs and Brock Richardson, return. Obviously, we're missing a big piece of our offense in John Schofield, who scored 22 touchdowns last year. But it's great to have John Krebs back, who can really runs great routes. And Brock Richardson, though coming off an injury, will be back soon. Maybe one of the bigger moves that we made in the offseason was moving Keegan Croteau from safety / corner to receiver. He's certainly popped in the early days of camp so far. So we're excited about Keegan. Our running back Hunter Gilbert is back, fully healthy after breaking his collarbone against Western in the playoff game. And then we added a grad transfer from UC Davis, Jeremiah Chukwadobi, who we think will make an impact in the running back room. Special teams, a lot of competition. I believe we need to get better at kicking the ball. And so we have a pretty spirited competition already going there. Our return game was strong last year. Caden Cobb was set the school record, all-time school record for kickoff returns. And so we'll really miss Caden, but I think we are working hard, and I think we have a chance to continue to be good in the return game and our coverage schemes and will to be great. I hope we'll be able to continue to improve in that. We're working hard at the return game and the coverage schemes. We are very, very excited about that. Did want to mention a couple transfers on defense. Deshaun Swafford from University of Idaho and Kyler Williams from Boise State, I think will really help us. They're also great young men and have really fit in. And then our freshman class is very good too. I think we could have up to 10 freshmen playing significant roles as they're pushing vets at many of the positions. And so we are have a great blend of experience and new guys coming up, which you need in college football. And so I'm very excited about the prospects. Also very excited about my staff, even though we've lost some critical coaches each of the last 2 years. We've been able to find some great young coaches to really fill in. So that's it from College of Idaho. We're in the middle of camp, so I'd love to take a couple questions, and they may be quick answers. I got to get to a meeting here in a couple minutes, about 10 minutes.
What are there questions for Coach Moroski or for his student athletes? Daniel, go ahead.
Coach Daniel Shepard, 406 Sports. You mentioned the loss of or the graduation of John Schofield. I'm curious how your offense might change, or how your maybe mentality offensively might change short yardage specifically without him on the roster now.
The Thanos package is gone forever without John Schofield. I believe you always have to be evolving and doing different things. And that was one of our things last year, and it fit his skill set for sure. It will definitely be a part, but we need to evolve. That's part of the fun. That's part of the fun for the players and part of the fun for the coaches to come up with minor adjustments and minor tweaks that show something different. So you do have to be good in the red zone, and we learned the hard way in the semifinal game. We weren't able to get the ball in for various reasons, and but yeah, we're spending a lot of time on that. But we'll really miss John. Andy, Andy and Arms, what do you guys think? Will we miss John?
Yeah, definitely. He was a absolute pleasure to be around, and a baller, and kind of like we talked about, he was just not afraid to put his head down and go to work and do whatever needed to be done to put the Oats on top. So definitely a piece that we're going to miss.
Yeah, he was a stud. I mean, going against him on every single day, every single practice and team, from defense going against offense, he just made us better. And that's just another crucial piece that we're going to miss, just helping us both in practice and in games.
What sticks out to you guys in terms of the camp so far? Summer and the first week.
Yeah, I mean, like thinking back on summer, right? We had a lot of guys here over the summer. Same as last year, right? We had a lot of guys filling up the weight room at 6:30 in the morning, Monday through Friday. And we had some really good player run practices out on the field, and just excited to get those reps and get back to work. And after the first week of camp, it's the first week of camp. It's long days, short nights, but it's a lot of fun to be out there running around and being with the guys again and playing football.
yeah, it really feels like we hit the ground running, especially on defense. We're turning a lot of pieces. We're able to install a lot of schemes and get a lot of our packages, fresh and ready to go. So now all we have to do is fine tune and refine them for the first couple of games.
Are there any other questions for Coach Moroski or for the student athletes?
One more if I could. I know you guys don't, want to look past games or kind of put more emphasis on one game than the other, but you guys get Western pretty early in the season, back in Dillon. Just kind of curious, what do you guys think about, that game being early in the year, and what do you think it'll be like just playing Western again, considering you guys got them in the playoffs last year?
Go ahead, Andy and Jacob.
I think it really sets the tone. I mean, obviously, as we see the preseason poll, we're ranked, first and second amongst our peers, and having it that early, it's going to set the tone for the rest of the Frontier Conference to really know who's going to come out on top. And you say you put less and more emphasis on games, but everyone knows it's going to be a game that we have circled on our calendar, and we're just doing our best to prepare for that and do the best we can.
Yeah, my mentality when I look at it is like, take it 1 week at a time. I mean, obviously we got it circled and it is a big game, but I'm focused right now on Lincoln. And then the week after that, I'm focused on Simpson. And then the week after that, we'll deal with Western, but it's 1 week at a time, one practice at a time, one rep at a time. So that's our approach to it.
And I would like Coach Norse to know that we're really going to miss going to Vigilante Stadium, one of my favorite places to play in the whole country. So I don't know what we're going to do at the new stadium, Coach, but we're excited. Dillon's always a challenge, and Western, arguably one of the best teams in the country that we played last year, and that's always a game with national ramifications. So that'll be a lot of fun.
Thank you.
Well, Coach, we want to be respectful of your time. We know you need to get to your meeting. Our media day went a little bit longer, but I think it was extremely enjoyable hearing from all 9 programs, and the number of questions and hearing from our student athletes today made this extra special. Appreciate your time today, Coach. Looking forward to being on your campus and seeing my first game at Simplot Stadium later this year. We wish you the very best of success, and thank you for all that you do for Frontier Conference football.
Thanks so much, Scott. Thanks, everybody.
All right, we are going to conclude our media day. Members of the media, if you need the raw video from today, please send me an email and I will send you the download link as well as the passcode for that. It's going to take a little bit of time for it to process, but as soon as I am able to shut down the broadcast, that will begin. We appreciate our teams, our head coaches, our student athletes for joining us today. And we especially thank the members of the media for your deep interest in Frontier Conference football. I believe that the Fall 24 campaign may be the best ever in the Frontier Conference, with the amount of depth returning, especially at quarterback, that I'm hearing about. It's going to be an amazing season. So thank you all for participating, and go Frontier Conference. Thank you.